After that demolition job against Nottingham Forest, Chelsea returned to Stamford Bridge for Champions League action, this time against Ajax. In this preview, we'll talk about why maintaining momentum is absolutely key right now. And of course, I'll break down my predicted 11 for this one. But before we get into all that, first of all, if you are new here, welcome to the channel. Or if you have been following me for a while, you know the drills. Help your boy get to 10k subscribers. Let's run it up. You know there is something different about Chelsea right now, and you can feel it. 3 wins in a row across all competition: Forest, Liverpool and Benfica. And suddenly there is a sense of control about the way we are playing. That 3-0 at the City ground wasn't just another Premier League win, it was a statement. A message that this team under Enzo Maresca is starting to click. We look ruthless, efficient and calm. 3 things you wouldn't say about us a few weeks ago. Then came Liverpool, a proper test. But even in a scrappy 2-1, we found a way. That's the part that stands out to me. We are finding ways to win now. And that brings us to Benfica, our Champions League win of the season. 1-0 at Stamford Bridge. A match that wasn't flashy, but it was mature. It snapped that early defeat to Bayern Munich, injected belief in this group. Because for us, it's not just about playing in Europe. It's about reminding everyone that Chelsea belongs here. We have now scored in each of our last 10 games, and that speaks volume about how far our attack has come. The pattern, the rotation, the confidence. You can see Maresca fingerprints all over this team. But even more impressively, the defense has quietly become one of our biggest strengths. 13 wins in our last 15 European games. That's not luck, that's consistency, that's identity. And if you have watched us enough closely this season, you will know this isn't the chaotic Chelsea of before. This is a side building something steady, something dangerous. So as we head into this clash with Ajax at the Bridge, we are not just chasing another win. We are protecting momentum. We are building belief. Because right now, under Enzo Maresca, it finally feels like Chelsea are on the rise again. Now on the flip side, Ajax, things aren't looking good for them right now. The start to the Champions League phase has been nothing short of disastrous. 2 games, 2 defeats. 2-0 against Inter Milan and 4 against Marseille. Not a single goal scored. That 6 conceded, no reply, and 0 points on the board. For a club that built its identity on fearlessness and fluid attacking football, this version of Ajax looked like a shadow of its former self. The start backs it up. 5 straight away losses, 6 defeats in their last 7 group stage games. It's not just a bad run, it's a collapse in confidence. And it's not like the domestic form is doing them any favor either. That recent 2-0 loss to AZ just piled up more pressure. You can sense the frustration. The players look disconnected, the intensity gone, and there's a real lack of belief in their defensive shape. So when they arrive at Stamford Bridge, they are not just fighting for points, they are fighting for pride. They are still searching for their first goal, first point, and their first sign of life in this Champions League campaign. Right now, Ajax sits effectively 35th in the new league format table. Rock bottom, desperate for a spark. But desperation can be dangerous. Sometimes it pushes teams to dig deep, to find something unexpected. And that's exactly what we need to be careful of. Because for Ajax, this isn't just another game, it's survival mode. When you look at Chelsea versus Ajax, there is not a ton of history, but few times we have clashed, absolute chaos. We only met twice in the UEFA competition, both in the 2019-2020 Champions League group stage. But those 2 games are unforgettable. First one away in Amsterdam. We stole it late, a 1-0 win. Frank Lampard on the touchline, young Reece James still breaking through. It felt like the start of something. Then came the return leg at the Bridge. That one, absolute madness. 4-4, 2 red cards for Ajax, goals flying in everywhere, our equalizer coming from Reece James again. That night summed up what European nights at Stamford Bridge are supposed to feel like. Unpredictable, relentless, emotional. Outside of those, this will be our 3rd competitive meeting. But even in such a short rivalry, there's a sense of respect. 2 clubs built on academic brilliance, tactical evaluation, and European heritage. Historically, we never lost to Ajax. 1 win, 1 draw. And at Stamford Bridge, our record against Dutch side is quite strong. Meanwhile, Ajax hasn't beaten an English team in 11 attempts. That's not coincidence, that's pattern. Now that's the history, passion, chaos and drama. But now let's bring it back to now. Because this isn't the same Ajax we faced back in 2019. Under John Heitinga, they're still lined up in their traditional 4-3-3, the system that has been part of Ajax DNA for decades. But what we are seeing right now is a team struggling to live up to their identity. Normally, Ajax like to play break football, dominate possession, stretch wide, and break through the middle with quick combination. But this season, it's been different. They have had to tone it down. The flow is gone, the pattern and scripts, and that free-flowing attacking rhythm that defines Ajax football just hasn't been there. Hittinga's side has been forced to play more consciously, compact at the back, patient in transition, and looking for counter through hold-up play of Wiggles. He is their outlet, the target man who tries to bring others in, win fouls, and give them a breather when they are under pressure. Outright players like Steven Berghuis will use his pace to stretch the game, but again it's more reactive than proactive. According to some reviews, Ajax are trying to mix defensive solidarity with transition in attack, with Oscar Glow and Kenneth Taylor trying to spark something creative in the midfield. But in practice, it hasn't worked. They have conceded the first goal in most of their games, and the moment they are forced to chase, the gap appears everywhere, especially in transition. The fullback push high, the midfield loses shape, and that's where they have been punished repeatedly, and that's exactly where we can hurt them. If we maintain high pressure, move the ball quickly, and attack those channels, Ajax will struggle to cope. They are not as secure out of possession as they once were, and against this version of Chelsea, that could be fatal. Let's talk about my predicted 11, and this one pretty much picks itself. Starting in goal, Robert Sanchez. Easy choice. He has been solid lately, looking more composed and confident in his distribution. No reason to change that. And at right back, I'll be going with Malo Gusto. He got sent off against Nottingham Forest, but this is a perfect chance for him to get minutes again and rest Rhys James for the Premier League fixture on the weekend. We need Rhys James fresh, and Gusto's energy match these European nights perfectly. At centre back, Trevor Chalobah and Josh Achampong. Don't fix what isn't broken. Since Kowi injury, we have rotated too much. These two has built a nice understanding, and defensively, they complement each other well. On the left, Marc Cucurella. No debate. One of the best in his position right now. The intensity, the press resistance, the aggression, he starts every single time. Midfield, I'll be going with Moises Caicedo and Andre Santos. Still no Enzo Fernandez in the squad, and Lavia being eased in slowly, so this pairing makes perfect sense. Caicedo brings balance and bites. Santos gives us mobility and vertical runs. Now in the 10, our star boy, William Extova. No Copama, no Joao Pedro. Easy decision. The kid is special, and these are the kind of game where he can really shine between the lines. On the right, Pedro Neto. Coming into this game flying, scored, assisted at the City ground, and that's exactly the kind of confidence we need him to carry into Europe. He's the direct threat, the chaos creator. And on the left, I'll be going with Alejandro Garnacho. You know what he brings: pace, flair, and unpredictability. In a game where Ajax will try to sit compact, his 1v1 ability will be the difference. And leading the line, Matt Gill. With no senior striker available, this is his moment. A massive chance for him to stake a claim and prove he can be more than just a rotational option. His instinct, the movement, now it's about taking the opportunity. And as for the score, I'm calling a 3-0 Chelsea win. Proper European performance, goals galore, clean sheet, and total control. The kind of night where we remind everyone that we are not here to play, we are here to dominate. And with that said, that's the video right there. I hope you enjoy it. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. You go be.